Hey everyone, in this video we are going to install .NET MAUI in our fresh Windows system. Then we are going to go through all the bugs that will come whenever we are installing .NET MAUI for the first time in Windows system. Then we are going to make our Android emulator too faster in this video. We'll try to open up our iOS simulator on our Windows machine, and along with that we'll be connecting our iPhones in our Windows machine and try to run our first .NET MAUI app. So let's get started for our .NET MAUI project. The latest is the greatest, so we are going to install the latest version of Visual Studio. For me, I have a Visual Studio 2022 preview that is up and running. So in your case, in future we will be having Visual Studio 2022 stable, so I recommend you to install Visual Studio 2022 if it is stable. Now in order to go ahead, we are going to select Visual Studio 2022 preview and then select the .NET MAUI configuration. So this is Visual Studio 2022. Now we need to download the preview. Here we'll be selecting Visual Studio Community and the download will automatically start. We are going to select the Visual Studio.exe and then this will help us to get our Visual Studio 2022 installed inside our Windows system. Here we'll just select .NET MAUI multi-app UI development for our .NET MAUI workload to be installed, and along with that I'm just going to select Xamarin as a optional section over here, but that is not recommended. But for my own personal application development, I'm just selecting the Xamarin cross-platform development too, so that all the components of Xamarin as well as .NET MAUI are installed on my Windows system over here. Now we are going to wait for some time till our .NET MAUI workloads are installed in my Windows system with the Visual Studio IDE. Alright, you can see we have this dialog box that gets appeared whenever our Visual Studio gets fully installed. Here you can see different type of themes. I'll just select the light theme and you can just go ahead with any type of themes that you like. Click on Start Visual Studio. Alright, let's create a new .NET MAUI fresh blank application. So you can see I'll just type MAUI and then hit enter, so that we'll just get the .NET MAUI project templates over here whenever we are going to create the event. So here you can see we got three templates, that is Blazor app as well as .NET MAUI class library. Here we'll just select the first option, that is .NET MAUI app, and click on next. Here in this location section where our project wants to be, you can set any location to your project where it is going to get added. So here I'll just select my D drive and here I'll just create my new folder over here in this drive, name it as MAUI tutorials, and then set this folder as a install location, and then we are going to set our project name as MAUI app. That's all. Now let's create the project. Alright, so for the first time whenever we get into the screen, we'll just see this type of security alert. We'll just allow all the public access so that our .NET MAUI project installs all the components that are really required for our application to get started. Now when you hit this Android emulator button at top, then you will just get a dialog box where it will tell you to install the Android SDKs. So here you can see we get a dialog box telling that we need to install Android SDK license. We'll just click on accept and go ahead. You can now see below the installation has started for Android emulator. I'm just fast forwarding this video so that we could save some time. So after waiting for like 5 to 10 minutes, now again I need to hit this Android emulator button at top, and then it should show me another dialog box. So here you can see our Android emulator option is there. So I'm just hitting this Android emulator button over here at top, so that it gives me a the Android device manager dialog box where I'm now requested to create a new Android emulator. If it does not come like this for in your scenario, then you need to go to tools, then you have to go to Android device manager, and then click on plus new to create a new Android device, and then you are happy to go with this Android device installation inside your Windows machine. After clicking on start, it will raise a dialog box telling that Hyper-V is not configured in my system. So here we have two options, either to see the documentation or run anyway. So if you click on run anyway, then you are going to forcefully run the emulator, which is really slow. So I just want you to save my video link so that it can be used for future uses, because I will be doing multiple restart to enable this Hyper-V feature. Now let's go below and then search for the command that is really important to identify if the Hyper-V is enabled in my system or not. So I'll just copy it and go to the Windows and command prompt section, where I'll just paste the command line code. Let's wait for some time. Here you can see virtualization enabled in firmware as no, and in my case it is no, and if it is as in your case, then it's well and good. You can skip a little bit of 2 to 3 minutes of this video so that you can follow along with me. And here I'll be doing a restart and enabling the firmware from the boot menu of this laptop, that is a Dell laptop that I am right now using, and where the virtualization firmware is not enabled. So I'm just going to restart this laptop now. After I restarted my laptop, then I pressed F2 in order to come to boot section, and it depends on what laptop you are using. Here I am using Dell laptop, and if you are using different type of laptops, then I'll just provide you the web URL in this video description, where you will know what is your laptops as well as Windows system boot menu settings to open this boot menu. In this setup utility, we are going to the advanced section. So here you can see lots of options over here, but we are going to the advanced section where we'll change the disabled to enabled mode. And now we are going to restart our laptop back again. After we successfully enable the hypervisor, we are going to command prompt and check for system info, and then hit an enter, and it will just load and then give us all the information about what are the sections that are now enabled. And you can see all the sections are enabled along with the virtualization too. Now we have to identify which Windows system we are on. So go to the properties and then see what is the Windows that we are using. So here you can see I am using Windows 10 edition. It might be Windows 11 for you, but it is home. It is not the pro version. So now I'm going to face some issue. So go to start and then check for system information. So this is also the place where you can find the your Windows OS version. Now here we have a home Windows version, but not the pro Windows version. So here we are going to face the issue whenever we are enabling the hypervisor. I'll let you know where the issue is going to come. So here you can see inside Windows feature, I have to enable my feature, that is our Hyper-V, and along with the Windows hypervisor platform. So here inside start, I have to type tone, and then it will just go to the Windows feature, and then I'll just maximize it. Okay, so here you can see I am in Windows version where I have selected home as my OS, so I don't have that Hyper-V option inside my Windows feature, and I just only have Windows hypervisor platform only. So that is the problem that is going to be faced whenever you have Windows version that is selected with home edition. If you have a pro version, then it is there won't be any issue. That is Hyper-V is automatically available inside the Windows platform, selecting the pro as the edition. So now we need to have that Hyper-V. So I'll just keep that link in my video's description below, where you are going to download the Hyper-V for our home edition of Windows 10, and it might be on Windows 11 too. You just need to give it a try. So here you can see I just need to download it from this web URL, and at first we know that we have already enabled our all the hypervisor in our firmware too. Now it's time to install the installer inside the Windows system. Let's download it and then open it. So you can see after, as soon as I click on open, it is telling me that the permission is required. That means we need to run this whole app inside the administrator privilege. So I'll just open up the folder. Let's go to that folder and right click on it and then run this .exe in administrator mode, and now we should be good to go. It will take some time, so I'll just skip my video so that we can save some time. Now we are going to wait for some time, and as soon as the installation gets completed, then you have to restart the laptop. So nice, we have restarted the laptop, and here inside Windows feature, here now we can see the Hyper-V is automatically being seen inside the Windows 10 version, that is a home edition, and Hyper-V is automatically enabled, so we don't need to do anything. And now we are safe to go to Visual Studio and then run our .NET MAUI project inside the Android emulator. From the start menu, search for Visual Studio 2022 and select the project that we have created previously. So here you can see I have just opened up my Visual Studio, and it will take some time to load as soon as you restart. Now inside the tool section, here we'll go to the Android Device Manager. Then we'll wait for some time. Here you can see we have our emulator that can be started. So clicking on it, now it will take some time to open up the Android emulator for the first time. Great, we have already got our Android emulator inside the Android emulator section. You can see over here. Now we can safely run our .NET MAUI app inside our Android emulator. So let the project build. Great, you can see here we have .NET MAUI application running inside the Android emulator, and you can just rerun the application and test the speed of the Android emulator from your end. Now it's time for us to get back to the IDE itself to get our iOS simulator running our .NET MAUI project. So I'll just stop this project. So let's go back and then hit on stop. Now here you can see we have one option named as pair to Mac at top. So clicking on it, it is going to tell me to connect to the remote machine of my MacBook. So I have already installed my Xcode as well as Visual Studio 2022 in my MacBook. So I'm just going to connect my Windows machine with the MacBook that I right now have. So let's go to the Mac screen and then see the remote configuration IP address. So here you can see inside about my Mac, this is the Mac version that I'm using, and here I'll go to the system preferences, and then here inside the remote login I have checked in, and you can see you can get a IP address as something like 192.168.1.69 like this whenever you enable this remote login. And here let's go to the Windows system and enter this IP address. Now we are going to enter the same IP address 192.168.1.69. Now click on add, which adds the Mac to our Windows machine, but it is going to verify the username as well as password of our Mac. So let's go to the Mac screen again, and here we are going to type who am I inside the terminal of MacBook. So it is going to provide me what is the username of my MacBook. So my MacBook username is Samir GC. So this is the username that we are going to enter again back into the Windows verification section. So here I'm just going to use the same username, and the password is the password that is going to be used in order to unlock the Mac. Okay, it's not the Apple password, it is the password that is used in order to unlock the Mac. So let's wait for some time till our Windows machine configures and connects to our Mac machine. Great, here you can see we have got our Mac system. Now we'll select that IP address and then click on OK. Here you can see we got our Visual Studio iOS simulators. So here in the simulator section we can select any type of simulator, but my favorite is iPhone 11 13 Pro Max that I really use. So let's wait till the application loads in our iOS simulator. Nice, we got our .NET MAUI project running in our iPhone 13 Pro Max inside the simulator. So that's all for this iOS simulator. Now we are going to try our real iPhone connected to the Visual Studio and run our .NET MAUI project inside it. Now let's go back, stop the project, and here you can see we have iOS local devices, and here if we click on this local device then it is going to pop this screen up, and you have to make sure you have Apple developer account in order to connect your iPhone, that is your real iPhone, with the Windows system and create all the provisioning profile. At first we need to download the iTunes, so we'll just download and install the iTunes from the store and get it on inside our Windows system. So let's wait, get in store app, and it will take some time till it downloads and gives up open option. So it is installing, and here we have open option, so we'll just click on that and click on agree. So make sure that you have connected your Windows machine with the real iPhone that you have. As you connect your iTunes with your iPhone, then it is going to pop something out for you. So let's wait. So here you can see, do you want to allow the access to this computer and everything. So I'll just click on continue, and then it allowed all the connection settings for our iPhone to be connected with the Windows machine. I think there's some error from the iTunes connecting my iPhone to the iTunes. Anyway, let's go to albums. No, let's go to the For You section. Here you can see it is telling me to download and update, so I'll just click on download and update. Anything happens? No. So I'll just click on continue over here and click on next, agree, and it should show me all my iPhone. So I have to enter the passcode on my Samir iPhone. I'll just enter it, and then it approved. Now click on continue. So here we are inside the For You section. We don't have anything inside, but we got our iPhone. Nice over here. All right, now it's time for our Visual Studio to know about my iPhone, and along with that we need to get the Apple developer license. Click on next. Then here you can see a device is detected. That's nice, from the iTunes. And then click on next. Then I'll just click on next, and here you can see we have to enter the Apple ID and as well as the password, and make sure you have an Apple developer license inside your app iPhone app ID. So I have already purchased an Apple developer license, so I'm just going to enter it along with the password. Here click on next, and it will take some time for adding our developer license, and here you can see it provides me another verification to verify my phone number. As I verify, then it is going to take me to this screen where I have to enter my teams. So you can see I have my teams over here, but there is one error. There is telling me there was an error trying to automatically provisioning the profile. So there might be a problem regarding the provisioning profile and addition. So we'll just do some tricks and see if we are able to generate automatic provisioning profile or not for our .NET MAUI to run inside our real iPhones. I just close the dialog box and then click on properties, and here inside the properties section, let's wait for some time, we'll be prompted with this dialog box. Inside the iOS bundle signing, here we can see we have a automatic provisioning, and then here we can just do the configurations too. So I don't think anything is left inside in this section to be configured. And here inside bundle signing option, and here you can see I have added my Apple account over here. And then if you have a real developer account, then you will see their account information over here. And then now we can just open up our .NET MAUI app on our real iPhone device. So let's try to run the application and then see if it works or not. Let's wait for some time. The build got started, and if everything is okay, then it will automatically start, but I think there is some issue. So clicking on next and clicking on teams, okay, there is an error regarding the provisioning profile. Anyway, I'll just try this thing and I'll let you know in my another videos where I'll be automatically provisioning the profile from our info.p list for our brand new .NET MAUI app. That's all for this tutorial now. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We are going to start with .NET MAUI beginners to advanced tutorial 2 in our upcoming videos. So keep in touch. We are going to make awesome .NET MAUI application on our multiple platforms. Till then, stay safe, stay calm, stay happy.